what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, doing the recap from the April 30th DAZN card that featured the undisputed lightweight title fight between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Prior to that, we're going to get into the co-feature, though, and recap that one, which was a big super welterweight showdown at 154 that saw Liam Smith score a 10th round TKO over Jesse Vargas in what was a very competitive fight right here. These two guys were going at it. It was good back and forth action. But, you know, and Jesse was really landed well early in the fight. But Liam Smith just kept coming forward. He just kept coming at him, kept coming forward. He was walking through everything Jesse was throwing. And eventually, second half of the fight, he started breaking Jesse down, you know. You could tell Jesse started tiring out, and I called it. I said that I believed Liam Smith was a mistake opponent for Jesse to come back against, considering he'd been out of action for 2 years. And this was also his official debut, I believe, or he might have fought once and then moved back down to 147 for the fight with Mikey Garcia. But this definitely was the toughest opponent he had faced at 154. And, you know, Liam Smith, a former champion, you know, it's just one of those fights that I think Jesse, even though this fight was lined up for a long time, he probably should have taken a tune-up bout before heading into this fight and got those rounds in. But, you know, Liam Smith, my hat's off to him. The guy is just a grinder. He keeps coming forward. He's fearless, and, you know, he's a veteran of the sport, and this was a very good win on a big card for him. And now he's going to move straight up the WBO rankings and really be officially back in the top 10 with a bullet kind of deal. You know that he lost last year to Magomed Kurmanov by that controversial decision, and now he really has a big stick to swing. So in the second half of the year, you know, we'll see what he does, but this was a big win for him. Really rejuvenates him following that controversial loss last year to Kurmanov. And Jesse Vargas, going to be tough. Going to be a tough road to come back from following this loss. I'll discuss Liam Smith's what's next week, and maybe I'll mention Jesse Vargas. But Vargas, tough defeat right here to Liam Smith. But in the main event, you had Katie Taylor, the undefeated and undisputed lightweight champion of the world, taking on Amanda Serrano, the 7-division world champion. They went at it in a huge fight, and it was a barn burner. It really was. You had these two just really chucking and throwing everything they had against each other. Amanda Serrano really her action and size controlled the first half of the fight, and then Katie Taylor took over and made a very valiant comeback in the second half of the fight. And after 10 rounds, it went to the scorecards where Katie Taylor took a close split decision and retained her lightweight championship of the world. So big win for Katie Taylor. They are discussing a rematch already. You know, that a rematch needs to happen because as somebody put it the other day, this fight broke the glass ceiling in boxing, as the women really shined in this one. It was the kind of fight that women's boxing needed. It was the biggest fight in women's boxing history, and it was just, you know, it ended up being a very good fight as well. So, again, these two girls are talking about fighting again. They're mentioned going over to Ireland, where Katie Taylor's from, and going at it. We'll see what happens, but big, you know, card right there. Liam Smith with a big win and Katie Taylor with a big win. So the Europeans took it on that DAZN card, and we'll see what happens going forward. So that's what I got. That's the recap from the Taylor versus Serrano DAZN card that took place on April 30th. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. And this is True Boxing. You've been here with the truth.